Hello, everybody. Tony Soto here with theQ.co, and today I am doing something a little different. We're going to be introducing something new for whenever I review theater. We're going to do this little segment called Plus One, where I bring my plus one on, and then we discuss the show. So this is David Stookey. We went on Saturday night to see Angels in America, Part 1. Millennium Approaches, and Part 2, Perestroika, playing at the Court Theater. It will be playing now through June 3rd. The director is Charles Newall. Now, if you're not familiar with the show, it's set in the 80s during the Reagan administration, the AIDS crisis, and basically, I guess the story is about...
There are many stories.
So the story reflects or focuses on Pryor and his boyfriend Lewis, and Harper and her boyfriend,
Her
husband Joe. And Joe and Harper are Mormons, and Joe's a little gay, and Lewis and Pryor are gay, and Pryor has AIDS. This was a long show.
Commitment.
Yeah. What was the running time for both of them?
It was a 7-hour show because it was 3 hours for the first part and 4 hours for the second part. Yeah. My one issue with the show, and that it's not about the performance at all, is that there's so many things that it focuses on: environmental issues, political problems,
drug addiction,
religion.
Yeah.
They just put them all in there.
What do you think? What did you think of the show?
It definitely has some technical issues that I have an issue with, but as far as performances go, probably one of the best that I've seen in Chicago in a while. Larry Yondo.
Larry Yondo.
Roy Cohn.
Who plays Roy Cohn. He steals the show.
Yes, absolutely. The only... A ferocious rabid dog comes to mind.
Right.
Just don't sit in the front row unless you like spittle.
I think that what I really liked the most, performance-wise, like just because it took so much work, was Hollis Resnick, who played multiple characters.
Disappeared in every single one too. We have to talk about the set though.
Okay.
The Hollywood Square set. I have to say that I actually really enjoyed it because you take these really intimate scenes, and normally they're staged. The actors are very close proximity and side by side, but they did a lot of different scenes where they had one actor on one side of the stage up in a balcony and the other on the other. Literally and metaphorically, miles between these characters sometimes, especially between Harper and her husband Joe. I like the scenes that they always seem to be bookends, but there's miles between them.
That's a good observation there, David.
I went to theater school.
He's so deep. What didn't we like about it? I think that for me personally, I think that there were certain moments throughout the show where the characters weren't connecting. There were some...
But in my opinion, I feel like that was because of things that were not necessarily in their control. The angel flying, the actual mechanism used to fly her, was very clunky, and it brought people on stage when I don't really know why they were there. Which every other time there was transitions made or scene changes, they were there for a purpose, and you understood, and it didn't really distract from the show. But every time that angel... Which her character is amazing, and she did a great job.
Yeah.
Who's Mary Beth Fisher.
Yeah, Mary Beth Fisher plays the angel.
Just the technical things. I wish, for some reason, this angel revelation is supposed to be this big deal, and for me...
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It kind of fell flat.
And I think that affects the way the other characters relate to the angel. I think some of the scenes got robbed of a little power because...
and I think that's true, because the revelation of Pryor learning his responsibility from the angel, I don't think was as powerful as it probably could have been.
No, definally not.
Few instances of penis in the show. There's nudity, so
and a little side boob for the ladies.
If that's at all,
it happened. I saw it. Sit stage right.
Okay, so what would you say? Let's wrap this up. What would you say about the show? Go see it?
Oh, for sure. Definitely go see it. I would have to say I would have a hard time just seeing one part and not the other. I think it is a time commitment.
I mean, but maybe not at once.
I didn't have a problem with it. If you like politics, it's kind of interesting.
I was so sleepy afterwards.
He's old. The language is very academic, I feel like, and very intellectual. So a lot of things went over my head sometimes, and I consider myself to at least... I have a BA from Columbia. Let's just put it that way.
So you know some big
I know
words.
some things.
Yeah, what was that? We were going to the bathroom and we heard that old woman that was like, I just don't get it.
I just don't get it. I was with her on some things. But if you open a history book, it might do you some good.
Yeah.
But I like a play that like you have to leave and actually do some research. Roy Cohn is a real person. Who knew?
Who knew? A real jerk of a person. Not the shining light within the LGBTQ community in the 80s, I can tell you that. Go and check out Angels in America playing at Court Theater now through June 3rd. You will not regret it. It's a great show. It's totally worth the jaunt that far south in the city. Absolutely.
Make sure you have a cell phone battery to call a cab when you leave.
Yeah. So whenever I'm going to be reviewing a show personally, I will be doing this little segment called Plus One. This has been David Stookey. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us and talking with me about the show. And also, any other reviews, written reviews, check out CJ Ariano. He is our theater reviewer that writes written reviews. But keep following the Q, and the Q is you. Bye.